Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for once again joining us. So today's quite an exciting video because I'm actually talking about lights, and GVM very kindly sent me, so this isn't a paid video by the way, it's not paid, they've just sent out the lights for me to use and then also do a couple of videos on, as most of these exchanges are. So today we're going to be talking about the GVM SD300 Pro. So the 300 series of lights is it's a 300 watt light, which is technically speaking a 3K equivalent if you're using like a halogen bulb, etc. So like the massive kind of like ARRI ones that you normally see on sets like 10, 15 years ago. But it's now condensed into this 300 watt light. So you've got a 300 watt draw when you're on 100% or whatever the equivalent is, depending on what percentage you're on. All I can say is that I am very, very impressed with both this light and the 650 one that I've also received, which you'll see in another video that I'll be doing as well. But both of these lights are absolutely incredible. I've got one just outside, one of the 300s by the way, outside, which is lighting my background. And yeah, it's just brilliant. And that's only on 20%, but it looks like the sun is blaring in. It's a really sunny day when it's actually January in England and it's cloudy as anything outside. But I am super, super happy with these lights. They're amazing. They have really blown me away as well. So I'm gonna go through a bit of more of the technical stuff. So these lights are bicolor, which means that you can cycle through different color temperatures, which is beautiful. It's such a handy tool to have, and it really makes your life easier, because if you're just stuck with like a 5600 Kelvin output LED, then you've got to put gels in front, so CTO or CTB, to make it colder or warmer. But having bicolor in the light means that you can scrap the gels and you can just go straight for it, and you can just dial in exactly what color temperature you want, which is perfect. It makes life so much easier, especially as a DP on set. It just speeds everything up, and it means you're not fiddling with these gels that could get blown off in the wind or knocked off, or you have a clip that pings off the end of the like Fresnel piece or whatnot. I've done a few color temperature tests, so we'll cycle that now. So currently behind me, it's set to 4400 Kelvin. You can go all the way down to, I believe, 2000, in the 2000 range. So about 2700 Kelvin, which is magnificent. It's really nice to have that control and balance. And then on the top end, you can go to around 7000. Yeah, you can dial all of that in and make sure it's just right for you. And then obviously you can bring it back down to that normal 5600 Kelvin as well. So you're completely adaptable to any scenario, depending on what kind of mood and look you're trying to get out of your film. The light is also DMX compatible, which means that your gaffer or somebody in a studio, so if you're in like a studio set, you can have a bunch of them all rigged up, and you can bring them all back to a lighting board or a lighting desk, and they can all be controlled via DMX, which is really handy. So along with DMX, you've also got an app as well that you can control the light by. So whether or not you want to dim or set it to its custom presets. So this light has actually got presets, so like explosion, candlelight, TV, stuff like that, where you can customize that kind of look. If you want different scenarios or different things, or maybe in the scene there's something going on, you can completely customize to that. On top of that as well, they've also got pre-made modes. So say you're not 100% sure what color temperature your sunset needs to be or daylight, it's already got it set in the light. So if you just wanted a really, really quick setup, all you've got to do is go into the mode setting, select which ones you want. So say you want sunset, you can select that. It will instantly set it to about 3000 Kelvin. You've got a sunset, done. Or you can set it to daylight and it'll hit you with 5600 Kelvin, and then that's it, sorted. The light is also bright as anything. Behind me here, it's only on 20%. And that's like doing almost too much. It's like we've got a massive hotspot here. But it looks lovely. It's really, really nice. And just obviously I've used it kind of like as though the sun's spilling in, and it really helps to like fill the background, lift the ambience of the room. And that's only, if that's only 20%, the 100%, which you should be seeing now. So the light itself, I'll pick it up. This is all it is, just that. It comes with a little power pack that you obviously plug into the end here, and then you whack it on your light stand and turn it on. It is compact as anything. It's the smallest 300 watt light I've actually ever seen in my life. So to have the amount of output it gives from just this is incredible. The bag itself as well is this big. That big. I mean, realistically speaking, you're not going to get a very good accurate representation of how big that bag is. But let me tell you, if you're putting that bag in your car, your van, it's not going to take up any space, realistically speaking. It will just fit and quite nicely, I'm not going to lie to you. So on my film Not Bad, we did use the 300 for a few scenes. Actually, we kind of spread it out. We used it as a mix of whacking it in a hallway to give some ambient light there, or as the main key for one of the scenes where we could go all the way to that warmer Kelvin to complement a lamp in the background, and basically use the lamp as the motivating source of light, but then we're topping that off with the 300 as our actual key, and it looked magnificent. There was nothing I can truly fault it on. My only finicky bit is, so you might be able to turn this off, and I just haven't found it yet, but just here on the side there's the GVM logo. It's great, it looks lovely, but it glows. So if you're in a dark scene, could be a little finicky thing that you might want to consider, but that shouldn't stop you from getting this light, realistically speaking. Like, if you're already interested in light, a glowing logo which you can put gaff tape on shouldn't put you off. Overall, I am super impressed with these lights. They've kind of, I think, both helped me in such a way where having that bi-color variation, because I've got bi-color panels and bi-color tubes, but I haven't got any bi-color cob lights that have really decent output and I can do stuff like this with, and have that management of being able to go to the warmer side of the spectrum or the colder side of the spectrum, and it's just magnificent. Really, really good. I can't truly fault them. They're spot on. Price wise, they're amazing. I'll put the price on somewhere here. I fully recommend them. Once again, I'm not actually being paid to say this. They've sent me the lights to use and play with and all that sort of stuff, and I am just really impressed.